When I first saw the end of Dragon Ball Z, I was so confused. It was strange that a series that always had an ongoing saga just ended by going to what looked like another saga, the Uub saga. And so when Dragon Ball Super was first announced, Uub was right at the top of things I wanted to see. Anything to do with the continuation of his story I think is so interesting. Uub is the ultimate cliffhanger. Goku just defeated Majin Buu. 10 years later he gets reincarnated into an Earthling and Goku wants to train him to be as strong as he is. But we never got to see any of that. That is just how Toriyama envisioned Dragon Ball to end, so that's where he ended it. And that's what's really exciting about Dragon Ball Super. After the tournament there is almost an endless amount of directions they can take the story. But there have been a lot of hints, whether it be through interviews or in the series, that Uub is coming soon. Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 31, it hasn't completely come out yet, but from what we can see so far, the scene in the show where Dende tells Goku about a boy in a village, that was obviously hinting at Uub, but we didn't see him, it was just a reference. Now, in chapter 31, we actually see him. This is Uub, but he is a lot younger than what he was at the end of Z, and if I'm not completely off with the timeline, this was Uub when he was 7 years old, and in 3 more years he will travel outside of this village and meet Goku. The dialogue between Goku and Dende is pretty much the same. Dende says that Goku should consider teaching Uub to control all of that latent power, but Goku says that he doesn't know how to teach. But I love the expression on Goku's face in this shot. This is officially his first time seeing Uub, and there is a second page to this. It shows more of Uub's village, from the huts in the background to the baby he's carrying on his back. He doesn't look sad. Uub's life is said to be rough. His village is so far run down that in 3 years they don't even have enough food or water to survive, and that's why Uub enters the tournament in the first place. I get a lot of questions, why am I so interested in Uub opposed to anything else in Dragon Ball right now? I watched DBZ completely out of order the first time, and one of the first stories that I saw was Goku and Uub, and it was never finished. So for me now 10 years later, more than any other story, I want to know what happens with Uub. So this is Uub making his semi-debut on Dragon Ball Super. Now around this time last year, on December 15th, Dragon Ball Super revealed the idea of the Universal Survival Arc, which would eventually turn into the Tournament of Power. This year, we are expecting to get something equally as big. It could show us what the next arc is, maybe a new movie, and with Toyotaro hinting hard at Uub, there's a high chance that whatever's coming next, Uub will be involved. Anyway, right now we only have these 2 pages of the manga, but let me know what you think. 2018, after the tournament, get back to Earth, we could start seeing more of Uub. That is about where we are in the timeline. Thank you so much for checking this out, and I will see you in the next Dragon Ball video. For anyone who stuck around to the end, I really don't feel like making this its own separate video, so I'm just gonna shove it into the end of this one. We have a preview image for Dragon Ball Super episode 121. This is obviously unfinished. It looks like all the Universe 7 fighters are lining up, and you'll notice that there's no Android 18, so just take that however you want, but she might be getting knocked off this episode or in the next episode. Again, thank you so much for watching, and this time I really will see you